Irving Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning and the Baylor Medical Center at Irving, an affiliate of the Baylor Healthcare System.
From Trinity View Park in Irving, Texas, it's the game of the week on ICTM. Tonight, it's Irving Pony Baseball Mustang World Series going on between the Garden Grove All-Stars from Southern California and the All-Stars from Irving. Hi again, everyone. I'm Lance Brown along with Bob Berry. Very glad to have you along on a warm, humid night here in Irving, Texas. Temperatures about the mid-90s right now as the sun is down. This game being taped as we start right around 8:30. Irving is the home team, and as you see Mr. Spanky Obanowski warming up, let's give you the starting lineups for Garden Grove as we start tonight's ball game. They will lead off with Ryan Stoops, who has just been red hot. Matter of fact, this Garden Grove team has just been blistering everybody badly. Eric Strain will hit second. James Davis will be the pitcher and hits third. Justin Pooler will hit cleanup and play catch, and he just won a home run hitting contest, followed by Antonio Arroyo, Aaron Cruz. That's actually Nick Vaudry, Cameron Strong, and Andy Garcia. We'll check the Irving All-Stars for you in just a moment, but Ryan Stoops checks in to the batter's box, and here with the play-by-play is my broadcast partner, Bob Berry.
Thank you very much, Lance, and good evening, everyone. Always fun to do these games. These youngsters, 9 and 10 years old, and we've had representatives from all over the United States come here for the World Series. In fact, as we're doing this game right now, there's a game taking place behind us, a team from Puerto Rico. So you talk about doing some traveling. Stoops takes that first pitch down low, ball one.
This Garden Grove team has just been red hot. They won their first ball game 18-0. In the second game, they beat Nashville 24-1.
Obviously, these kids are pretty talented. That pitch way inside, ball two.
Garden Grove, a community, Southern California, Orange County, located right next door to Disneyland. It's a heck of a good place to grow up if you're a kid, isn't it?
That pitch off the outside corner, 3-0. Obanowski, 3 pitches, 3 balls.
Yeah, this is not a good team to get behind in the count.
No.
Of course, then again, they're not a good team to throw strikes to either.
And the 3-0 pitch. That's right down the pipe for a strike. Stoops taking all the way. He's got a 3-1 count. You can see this young man's a left-handed batter. Well, the kids in Southern California got that basically good weather all year round. There's one hit right up the middle, base hit. And Stoops is on, and that's what Lance was talking about. You're in trouble sometime when you throw strikes. Timed perfectly, bounced it right up the middle over the pitcher's head, out in center field.
It takes a little bit of luck in this world, and he got it that time.
Never hurts, yep.
Not a lot of wind tonight. The flags are pretty much limp out there.
As we came on the air at 8 o'clock, actually, shortly before coming on the air, official temperature was 97 degrees. Here is Eric Strain, right-handed batter. Obanowski steps off the rubber and fakes the throw to first. Well, maybe this youngster for Irving knew something because he was pitching out of the stretch to the first batter of the game. And, of course, he'll pitch out of the stretch now with Stoops leading at first. There goes Stoops, second base, and he steals it.
He had never a chance. He got a gigantic jump that time.
Yes, he did. Pudge Rodriguez wouldn't have thrown this kid out.
I think that's a smart move, though, to have young pitchers especially pitch all the time from the stretch. And the reason is you get used to pitching from one angle. It's hard, it's hard to get used to pitching to 2 angles, a windup and then a stretch. That way you just concentrate doing it one way. A lot of relief pitchers in Major League Baseball do it that way.
Yes. They're so accustomed to coming in with runners on, basically.
Of course, now the way the game has evolved, you bring your relievers into start innings, notably the 7th, 8th, and 9th. So that's kind of changed and evolved too.
Throw to second base and Stoops back easily because he didn't have that much of a lead.
Jim Gibbs, the home plate umpire. Chuck Bussey at first base. Mike Brahmer at second base, and Dave Orton, from third base. This umpiring crew is from Houston.
Obanowski comes to the plate. That's in for a strike. Strain that time, bailing out, but the umpire said no, that caught the inside corner.
Nice little curveball that time from Obanowski. And Strain really bailing out there. This kid's 9 and 10 years old. Sets up on the outside corner.
Goes the runner to third base, and he steals it again. So he singles into center field, and then comes along and steals second as well as third. Stoops down at third. And a 1-2 count, come to think of it, on Strain. He swung and missed at that pitch on the hit and run.
Strain just wants to put bat on ball right now.
Pitch inside, ball 2. The infield not playing up. I'm kind of surprised. The infield playing back, conceding the run. So if a ground ball is hit, unless it's hit directly to the pitcher, you feel that base runner down at third, Stoops will score easily. Two and two the count. And the throw over to third base, and Stoops says, no, I don't think you get me off. He was back ahead of the throw. Antonio Arroyo, the third baseman, standing right on the bag, trying to keep Stoops as close to third base as possible. Obanowski comes to the plate, and he strikes Strain out.
The pitcher, number 25, James Davis.
This brings up James Davis, bats third, and he is the pitcher. Again, the infield remains back.
Tyler Story behind home plate.
Ball 1.
Garrett Randall at first. Second baseman Joe Talley. Shortstop is Jacob Schrader. Third baseman Cy Aiken.
Responsibility on the catcher's Story now to make sure that a ball doesn't get by him. Close but no cigar. Ball 2. Davis thought about going after it and then held up.
Left field, you got R.J. Fry, the center fielder Brandon Walls, and in right field, Nick Bustillos.
Well, Davis thinks the pitcher taking a little bit too much time, so he wants to step out and then steps right back in again. Shows bunt, but that's just to try and shake up the pitcher. Doesn't, however, as Obanowski comes in with the pitch for a strike, and it's 2-1. When Davis shortened up that time, both the first and third baseman started running in, anticipating that the ball might be bunted. Now the 2-1 pitch. Davis swings and grounds it in the left field, base hit. So Garden Grove, a team that knows how to score runs, starts off very well. A single, 2 stolen bases, a strikeout, and now another single. And you'll see this one right through the hole between short and third. Hit it well. Arroyo, the third baseman, never had a chance to stop it.
Took kind of a high hop, but no problem for R.J. Fry out there. And here's their big man, Justin Pooler.
Bats fourth. Has hit a home run in earlier competition. In fact, I think he had a couple. He is the catcher for this team, and he is tall.
Yeah, and he got an award right before the start of the ball game for hitting the longest home run. Fences, by the way, here, 175 down the line. I think it's about 200 to dead center.
James Davis, a modest lead away from first base. Seeing as how Stoops had no problem in stealing. Let's see if Davis goes for it. There he goes. Got a real nice jump. The ball gets past Story, but you got to credit Davis with the stolen base, even if Story had had a perfect throw down to second. No way he gets this kid. He just had a real good jump on the pitcher. Garden Grove, very aggressive thus far, Lance, on the bases.
Yeah, Irving comes into this game with a record of 1 win, 1 loss in this All-Star contest.
Line shot to left field, base hit. Cut off by the left fielder who throws into the shortstop. In to score is Davis, and it's a 2-0 ball game. Pooler that time just drilled one out in the left.
I like the discipline of Irving, though. Jacob Schrader, the cutoff man, a shortstop, and the left fielder there. Watch the left fielder Fry go after and get the ball. Hits his cutoff man, does not try to throw the man out at home plate. And then the shortstop, Schrader's thinking, all right, look, I don't think I'm going to get him. Let's just go ahead and run the ball in. Let's not throw it away, or let's not let the runner move it up to second base. It's good, sound, fundamental baseball.
There is Pooler going to second base, and he steals it.
Of course, he moves up anyway. But nevertheless,
that's right.
The thinking is sound.
It certainly is. So many times you'll see professional athletes who do not come up with that kind of play.
Irving lost their opener to Nashville 11-8.
Pitch swung on and missed. This is Antonio Arroyo.
Irving won their next contest over Milford, Connecticut, 8-2. So basically the situation is Irving would love to win this, and they're automatically in the championship bracket.
Pooler down to third base, steals it. The ball gets away from Aiken. Here's Pooler in to score, and it's a 3-0 ball game.
With a stolen base and an error on the catcher.
Boy, you can see just how aggressive these kids are. They get on base, they are just running wild.
Oh,
that's why they have batting helmets when they run the bases.
But Arroyo strikes out, so there's 2 away. Obanowski, by the way, working from the windup now.
Aaron Cruz bunting for a base hit. Pitcher up with it, throws to first. Got him. Nice play that time by the pitcher who fielded his position and got the throw over to the first baseman. But a very strong inning for Garden Grove. They scored 3 runs, had 3 base hits, and we'll show you this replay as Cruz bunts for a base hit. Good bunt, too. Real nice
Cruz
bunt.
with good speed, almost beats it out. Obanowski up quick and throws. Just nails him.
Yep. So Garden Grove scores 3 runs in their first at bat, and the Irving club will be coming up, bottom of the first inning. These youngsters have traveled a long way to come to Irving, and they just love to take the trophy back with them to Southern California.
Here's the standings right now. Irving again with a record of 1 win, 1 loss. If they win this, they'll be tied with Garden Grove. Both teams will go into the championship bracket tomorrow night. The playoffs from the other bracket. However, if Irving loses this, they'll be in a 3-way tie with Milford and Nashville. So Irving would have to lose this ball game and give up, 14 or fewer runs. That's how the runs allowed is the first point differential. And then after that, it's point differential, and it's a lot of nasty stuff I don't even want to go into.
Yes, maybe we won't have to. Basically, what we're saying is if Irving gives up 14 or fewer runs,
they're in the championship bracket.
They're in the championship bracket, exactly right.
There's the Irving lineup. Joey Talley leading things off. Branson Walls, Tyler Story. Cy Aiken, not Aikens. Garrett Randall, R.J. Fry, Jacob Schrader, Spanky Obanowski, and Nick Bustias. There's your Irving lineup.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see Garden Grove, how they are defensively. I think they've given up just 1 run in 2 games. So, these kids have got something. Obviously, they're strong offensively. Winning 1 game, I think it was 18-1?
18-0 and 24-1, yeah.
Wow.
Giving up a total of 2 hits so far.
Joey Talley, the second baseman, leads things off for the Irving club. Davis, the pitcher, delivers Ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch. Fastball. Let's see, did it hit him? Yep. He's hopping around like he was hit by the pitch. Tough way to get down to first base, but Joey will take it. That's what they mean, take one for the team as you watch the replay. I saw that ball just come in on him. Yep.
Ouch.
No doubt it hit him. Here's Brandon Walls, the center fielder. Joey trying to run off that little stinger. Well, that'll do it. That'll get you hopping around. So Davis trying to compose himself, having hit the first batter he faces. And you see Brandon Walls right now.
Whoa.
Fastball up high. This kid can really throw.
Well, he hits the first kid and the second kid. He throws, dust him off. I mean, that kind of sends some messages there.
Got a lively arm. Down low ball, too. A big difference between these two pitchers. Because this kid is what you would call a power pitcher. Really throws hard.
Obanowski was throwing up the junk. This kid's throwing heat.
Yeah. It's down low ball 3.
Walls, the center fielder, looks down at third base for a sign, see if he can go ahead and hit if it's some meat down the middle.
And that's ball 4. So a hit batter and now a walk. And the first 2 runners are on for Irving. And Tyler Story, the catcher, comes up, batting third in the order.
Now batting number 31, Nick Davila.
Story looks down at third. Will he be bunting?
I don't think so. But let's see. Nope, round ball down to the second baseman. Goes to short for 1, and that's all. So they get the force out at second base. Story going after the first pitch, bouncing it down to the second baseman. We'll have runners on the corners with 1 out, and Cy Aiken comes up as you see this
ball hit off the
fielder's
fist that
choice.
time, not hit hard enough for the double play. But they do get at least one of the players off of the scoring position as it's easily beaten out by Tyler Story.
That ball bounced in front of Pooler and down to second base goes Story on the wild pitch. So you've got 2 runners in scoring position at second and third, and Aiken is the batter.
Looked like it bounced off Pooler's arm. Kind of rubbing it off there. His forearm.
Home plate umpire asking him if he's okay.
I understand Puerto Rico has just won their ball game tonight by a score of 7-6 over Pembroke Lakes of Florida.
Davis, quick throw down to second base, and the runner is back. Tally down at third, Story at second. 1 out. And Aiken with a 1-0 count. Again, they try and pick the runner off at second base unsuccessfully.
If I were the coach at Garden Grove, I'd just be telling my pitcher, don't worry about him.
Exactly. You
Just
know,
throw strikes.
get the batter, yeah. Here's a ground ball. Shortstop bobbles it and has no play. And a runner's in. So Aiken hit the ball well. The shortstop picked it up, then dropped it.
Well, what happened is the shortstop, this time Eric Strain, looks at the runner, kind of takes his eye off the ball, and this is the case here. He looks up.
Ball just drops right out of his hand.
Real Chico Escuela's cardinal rule, keep your eye on the ball.
So we have runners at first and second.
Aiken reaches on an air, gets an RBI, and this is Garrett Randall.
Goes after that first one, strike 1. Randall, the first baseman. He's got 2 teammates on. I think he would like that pitch back again. That was down low, and he tried to golf it. Yeah. Nope. There's a shot to left field, over the left fielder's head. Bouncing off the wall. Here is Story coming in to score. It's a 3-2 ball game. So Aiken drills that one.
Randall.
I beg your pardon. Randall drills that one, right? He gets the RBI. Story scores the run. And it's a 3-2 ball game.
Story had to hold on because he didn't know if the ball was going to be caught. The left fielder, Cameron Strong here, kind of froze him a little bit, and that's a hard ball to try to gauge anyway. That line drive hit right at you. And it's a 3-2 ball game. This is R.J. Fry.
Pitch gets away from Pooler. And the runner moves down to third base. Randall held up at first. He didn't want to test Pooler's arm. But Aiken said, I think I'll try for third, and he makes it. So Davis having his problems out on the mound. Of course, that error didn't help him either.
Well,
down a little bit low.
But understand too, Bob, at this point, a lot of these teams have already burned their top two pitchers. So now they're on their Davis and Obanowski are theoretically the third best pitchers on the teams.
High hopper to the second baseman, goes for the force, now back to first. Not in time. They get the force play, but a run comes in, and we are tied at 3. So Fry does his job in that he gets bat on ball, gets the RBI.
Absolutely, hustles it out down there, and again another nice play made by the second baseman here as Aaron Cruz gets it, but again the relay, the bases being so short here, awful tough to pull a double play like that.
Here's a runner trying to steal, throw gets away from the shortstop. Good throw would have had him. Pooler's got a pretty good arm. A strong arm, although the throw wasn't that accurate.
But it was fortunate for R.J. Fry, and if the throw was off, because Fry slid short of the bag. He was about 1.5 feet shy of the bag.
Jacob Schrader grounds one to the shortstop, throws to first, and the side is retired. But a productive inning for Irving as they score 3 times. And after one full inning of play, we are tied at 3. Garden Grove 3 and Irving 3.
Watch this one more time here as the ball fairly easy to handle for the shortstop. Little picnic hop there. And the throw by Strain perfect. 3-3 now as we head to the top of the second.
And time for our first trivia question of the night. I hold the record for hitting home runs in the most Major League parks. Who am I? This is a record that keeps on changing because they keep on changing so many parks.
That's true.
Anyway, at the end of this half inning, we'll give you the answer to this one. Should tell you that we had 3 players tied for this. Coming into the season, we had 3 players who were tied. So obviously this has got to be a guy who has played in both leagues,
right?
And played for a considerable amount of time.
True, where he's had a chance to play in some of the older parks that we've changed over.
Exactly, yep.
For a while it was Frank Robinson.
Right, that's exactly right.
Because he played in both the American and National Leagues, hit a lot of home runs, and also played at a time when they made the transference from the old ballparks to the more recent ballparks, a lot of the cookie-cutter giant ashtray stadiums. And with expansion, too.
Right. And he had a situation of hitting home runs in 2 parks with the Dodgers were the home team. Dodgers always played their games at Ebbets Field when they were in Brooklyn. But they also played, in Jersey City. And he hit one there. And see everyone casually dressed tonight. It was
staying cool is the primary.
A typical August day here in north central Texas. In other words, blistering.
Yeah.
Boy. Calling for a high tomorrow of 103.
It gets hot in Garden Grove, but man, it doesn't get humid like it does here.
Nick Vaudry will be leading things off for Garden Grove in the top of the second inning.
believe Audrey, Strong, and Garcia.
Pops it up and in for a base hit. Second baseman, shortstop, both going out. Center fielder came in, and the ball falls in between them.
It's a line drive in the box score.
This is Carmen Strong, the batter.
Cameron.
Cameron, you're right. Did I say Carmen? I am corrected. This kid will hit me with the shillelagh, or I better get his first name right. Well, the way he holds it up, a la Gary Sheffield. Swings and hits a ground ball. Third baseman cuts it off. Throw not in time, and here's the runner from first going all the way around to third. Good base running and good defense by the Irving club. Close plays both at first and third.
The third baseman ranges so far over to try to cut this ball off. And makes the play nicely, but the runner turns and the shortstop doesn't get over there fast enough. So now you got runners on the corners at first and third. Not exactly bombing the ball away, but
nope.
Nevertheless, 2 runners on.
Ball gets away from the catcher, and the runner goes down to second base. He broke with the pitch.
Yeah, it's stolen base.
So you credit Strong with a stolen base. Boy, this is one running team. These kids are very aggressive. Andy Garcia is the batter, left-handed hitting first baseman.
Well, obviously, they feel they can run on Tyler Story. And Ovanovsky, they're getting a tremendous jump on him, too.
Yeah, they're really running on the pitcher. Down low for a ball. We're in the top of the second inning of a 3-3 ball game. The youngsters from Southern California, Garden Grove, up right now. They've got runners at second and third, no one out. And their first baseman is the batter. That's in for a strike.
You know, one of the things every now and then you see balls misplayed by some of these kids because although they're out all-stars and the best of the bunch in their respective leagues, a lot of them are playing out of position. A lot of maybe the outfielders used to playing, shortstop or pitcher or something like that. They don't play much outfield.
Obanowski's pitch popped up. Could be trouble. Shortstop, however, makes the catch. Nice play.
Very nice play that time by Jacob Schrader. The shortstop ranges out nicely to go get that ball.
Schrader that time fading back, looking up over his left shoulder and making the grab. To the top of the order we go with Ryan Stoops, who started this game by grounding a single into center field. That pitch stays way outside, ball one. Obanowski pitching from the stretch delivers, and that's in strike one. The infield back, they will concede the run on a ground ball. That's popped up foul, and I don't think they're going to be able to get it. Can't, almost, but not quite. Aiken giving it the chase. And it's a 1-2 count. Got 4 umpires for tonight's game. That always makes it look classy.
Oh, yeah.
You got an umpire on each base and obviously behind home plate.
I think this is about the 5th consecutive year they've had it here in Irving.
Little tapper up the first baseline, foul. Good thing it was, too. Stoops has good speed.
Yeah, it definitely picked the ball up foul.
Yeah.
Don't let it go fair. With one out, Opanowski would love to have a strikeout here.
He could certainly use it, yeah. Line shot. All the way to the wall will this ball go. Stoops drives in a pair as he rounds second on his way to third. And they'll just toss this one home and hold him up with a triple.
The ball kind of hung up there, and Stoops, it looked like it was almost on a batting tee for him. Stoops ripped it into right center field for a triple, 2 RBIs.
This kid now has a single and triple.
Boy, that ball just hung up there waist high, and he rips it good.
Walls, the center fielder, all he could do was run it down and throw it back in. Here's Eric Strain. Man on third base with one away. Tries to bunt and foul tips it into the mid of Story. Strike one. Strain struck out his first time up. Bunts this one, that's going to be a good bunt. Story tries to make the tag at home, not in time. Gives Strain an RBI and a base hit. Now Strain is coming off first base. What have I missed?
Foul ball.
It can't be a foul ball. What do we got?
Must have been out of the batter's box.
Okay, well, he's called out. The runner goes back to third. I guess that's the interpretation. He was out of the box. It's a hot shot up into center field for a base hit. James Davis, the pitcher, lashing that base hit to center, scoring Stoops. That's the second. Let's see this bunt again. Did he come across home plate? Boy, I can't tell what he did wrong. But immediately you see the home plate umpire putting his hands up.
Yeah, the umpire said so, and that's all that counts.
Yep, exactly. So for the second consecutive inning, the youngsters from Southern Cal have scored 3 runs. There goes the base runner. And Pooler sends a long drive foul down the left field line. This kid can hit him.
He tagged that one good, didn't he?
Yes, he can.
He drove it away. Eyes from the crowd.
Whoa. Everyone likes to see the long ball, even at this age level. Pooler singled the left field back in the first inning, which was just last inning. Davis breaks with the pitch. Pooler swings and misses. Davis steals second base. They're just running Obendowski into the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody loves to see the long ball hit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody who watched the home run hitting contest before the All-Star game this year will ever forget Mark McGuire's awesome display at Fenway Park.
That one's tapped foul up the third baseline. Six to 3, Garden Grove out in front here in the top of the second inning. And the pitch. Got him looking. That's the third out. Pooler down on strikes.
He badly fooled there.
Yeah. But 3 more runs for Garden Grove. And after an inning and a half, the California youngsters out in front by a count of 6 to 3. They are doing very well. Look at that, 7 hits already in just 2 innings of play. We had a trivia question for you, and it had to do with hitting home runs in the most major league parks. This record, by the way, was set earlier this season. I hold the record for hitting home runs in the most major league parks. Who am I?
Would have said Mark McGuire.
Uh-huh. I'm sure a lot of people would. This is a guy, when he played in New York, they called him Fred.
The crime dog.
Exactly right. McGriff. 34 different stadiums. Isn't that something? Now, two other pitchers, I beg your pardon, two other players have got 33 home runs. There was a three-way tie for this until McGriff homered in Cleveland at Jacobs Field. Gary Gaetti and Ellis Burks.
There you go.
Both have have homered in 33 different parks. Man, that's awesome.
Well, Burks. Well, let's see. Burks played for the Giants and came up with the Red Sox and also played for Colorado.
Yeah, he's been around. From Tarrant County.
Yep, Gaetti played for the Cardinals and, of course, with the Twins for most of his career. Now with the Cubbies. And the Crime Dog, let's see, came up with Toronto, went to San Diego, played for Atlanta. Now with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he's been around. I just brought with me all the parks where he hit home runs.
Oh, yeah.
Quite impressive. Ellis Burks, growing up in Tarrant County, just south of Fort Worth, in a small community called Everman, and has had a very nice career. Spanky Obanowski leads things off. Love that first name, Spanky.
Well, if these Irving All-Stars win it all, they can go around him and call themselves Spanky in our game.
Mm-hmm.
Well, McGriff's still got some home runs to go here, too, some ballparks. He's never hit a home run, I see, in what's Baltimore's new park?
Camden.
Camden Yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Problem is, though, he plays in the National League.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. But if they
No. He plays for Tampa.
That's right. It's American League team. Yeah. So he's got a crack at it. Here's a ground ball down to the third baseman. Good strong throw. They get him. Supposedly Camden Yard, and they say a pretty easy park in which they hit a home run. So maybe McGriff will do it.
And, of course, Seattle has a new stadium up now.
Nick Postillos, the right fielder, takes that first pitch off the outside corner, ball one. Bottom of the second inning, Garden Grove of California out in front of Irving, 6-3. This is popped up to the right side. Second baseman says, I will take it, and he does. And there are two away. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down, and we go to the top of the order, and Joey Talley.
And he's never hit one against the Rangers at either ballpark. So McGriff still has some to go.
Yeah, he's got an opportunity to pad that lead. Pitch down low for a ball. He's been a real solid ball player.
Yes, he has. Yeah. Very consistent.
Yep. Pitch in for a strike. 1-1 the count.
Joe Talley, who got hit by a pitch and scored in the first.
Davis this time takes something off of it. Folds Talley, who's way out in front of it. Strike 2.
Davis not looking like he really wants to try to blow everybody away now. He's trying to do some different things out there.
This coach, may have talked to him in between innings, said, just be careful. Well, he got that fastball.
Throw the heat on the outside corners is always a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. Worked very well. Very nice inning that time by Mr. Davis. 1, 2, 3 they go. A ground out, a pop out, and a caught looking. And we're through 2 full innings of play with Garden Grove out in front by a count of 6-3. Lance, I think you said that in the first 2 games, all Garden Grove gave up was 2 base hits. Is that right? Wow.
Still only giving up
just one
in this ball game.
Exactly. So we'll be moving to the top of the third inning, and before we do, let's give you a fan facts here. A little bit of information you might find of interest. Then again, maybe you won't. Jose Canseco, first player to hit at least 30 homers in a season for 4 different teams.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And he's out with a bad back right now, although he's already had 30 this year.
What a shame. He is having such a terrific season, and he's such a fun player to watch hit. Even striking out, he's more exciting than most players are when they're getting a hit.
One thing about Canseco, a lot of times you've probably picked this up. If he doesn't get what he wants, and I don't mean a call or anything, but strikes out at a pitch or something, he'll just walk back shaking his head in disbelief. Have you ever seen him?
Oh, yeah.
It's if you're thinking, I can't believe I missed that pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, this is a guy who's been working out like crazy over the years. Real chiseled physique, and unfortunately sometimes his body has just betrayed him. It's kind of a shame.
Well, the part of it is just who he is, and the torque of his swing is just so great that it's been bothering his back for so many years.
Antonio Arroyo, the third baseman, leads off.
They say Tiger Woods is going to have the same problem in golf.
Wow.
Because he swings so hard.
Hard. Arroyo leads off here in the top of the third. His club up by 3, 6-3, and now he calls for timeout.
It's a big inning for the Irving All-Stars, too. They really need to hold this team down if they can.
Well, if they can, they'll be the first team to do it because they, as Lance told you, they cruised through their first 2 games very easily. Swings and dribbles it foul up the first baseline. Well, since the last time you and I did a game, which was girls softball, a lot of things have happened in baseball. The umpires really look like loons, don't they? Oh.
Yeah, that's
boy, talk about
some of the dumbest leadership.
Yeah. Oh, man, really.
Since the makers of Coca-Cola decided to make new Coke.
Exactly, yeah. We're going to stop Coke Classic. Pitch swung and a miss, strike 2. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, But, we all make decisions in life. It's always easy to second guess, I guess.
Yeah, but sometimes you'd love to be in the boardrooms and just hear the logic that goes into something. Wait a minute, we're going to quit our jobs in mid-season, even though we have a contract.
Yeah, we're gonna show them.
We're going to do what?
Yeah.
Oh, and they're just going to cave in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Got him on strikes. Well, Lance, one of the things, the baseball owners have done so many stupid things, maybe they just lull the umpire union into thinking, hey, these guys are so dumb. Yeah, they'll give in to us. You never know. But you're right. I would love to have been a fly on the wall listening to that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know who sold them that bill of goods. Aaron Cruz, the second baseman now, is up.
Yeah, well, next year when some of those umpires are selling tires at B.F. Goodrich, they're gonna sit there and wonder what happened.
Yeah, really.
You know what? Making $90,000 a year wasn't too bad. Plus all my benefits. If I stick around and be a good umpire, I'll be making several $100,000 at the end of my career, at least.
In fact, some guys have stuck around, in my opinion, have been bad umpires.
Yeah, exactly.
Pitch outside for a ball.
Obanaski behind in the count, 3-0. They overplayed their hand.
That's on the corner for a strike, 3-1. I've, like you, I've followed this game of baseball for a very long time. And I can't remember when there have been so many umpires who've been so heavy. I mean, really beefy guys.
There's some really chunky guys out there.
Yeah, definitely. That pitch up high for a ball. And Cruz will walk down to first base. And if history is any guide, he will run to second base just as soon as he can. This team loves to run the bases.
Well, if history is any guide, Tyler Stewart just might as well throw to third right now to get it over with.
Obanaski, the throw to first, and the runner back easily.
Trying to keep it a little bit honest.
Nick Vaudry, the right fielder, is the batter.
Trent Harris warming up in the bullpen for the Irving All-Stars.
There goes the base runner, and he's in successfully with a stolen base. No surprise there. They had 5 stolen bases in the first inning, 2 more in the second, 1 here in the third. So they've already stolen 8 bases. There he goes to third, and he steals that one.
Man, these kids are getting huge jumps.
Yeah, they are. Uh-huh.
I mean, they're getting a 4 or 5 step jump by the time the pitchers release the ball. There's absolutely no chance for the catcher to throw them out.
Good pitch for a strike. Beaudry with his teammate Cruz down at third base has got a 2-1 count. There's 1 out.
9 stolen bases thus far in this ballgame for Garden Grove.
That pitch outside for a ball.
You'd think they'd just get tired and winded.
They're just doing wind sprints. Yeah. Three and 1 the count on Beaudry. And he taps it foul, strike 2. Rangers certainly have played good baseball since the All-Star game.
Well, they have. They've been terrific.
Yeah.
Close to the best record in baseball right now.
Who would have thunk it? Playing very well. Full count on Beaudry. Obanowski comes to the plate, and Beaudry hits it by the third baseman into left field.
These baseball fans from Southern California haven't seen very good baseball this year in the professional ranks, have they?
No, they really haven't.
I mean, they're talking about 2 teams being in combined 40 games out of first place at the end of the year.
Well, the way the Dodgers are playing, they'll probably be 40 games out by the end of the season. They're just absolutely awful.
The Halos aren't exactly good.
Down, good throw, but not in time. Beaudry steals second base. That's the 10th stolen base. One excuse that the Angels can use, and I think it's valid, they've had a lot of injuries. That has not been the story for the Dodgers. They've just been absolutely pitiful.
Novon, Edmonds.
Ground ball back to the pitcher, knocks it down, makes the throw to first in time. And over to third base goes Beaudry. Good fielding play that time by Obanowski, as you'll see on the replay.
Obanowski drops the ball for a moment, though, and wasn't able to look the runner back to second base because he had to make the throw quickly. And there you see the runner on his way to third at that point. Couldn't get him. If he'd have picked it up cleanly at a time, he would have had time to look back at second base and run him back to second.
Andy Garcia takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Watches that one in for a strike, 1-1. Andy up for the second time of the game. He popped out to the shortstop at his first appearance at the plate. We've got 2 outs, 1 run in it, and a base runner in the presence of Beaudry coming to the plate, and he scores on a balk. He wanted to steal it. Obanowski started to throw and then stopped. Watch Obanowski. I don't know why he stopped. But he was on the rubber, and that is a balk. And it's an 8-3 ball game. Now the coach is going to come out and talk to his pitcher, trying to settle him down. Easy to become confused. Remember, these are 9 and 10-year-olds.
Yep.
And Obanowski, by the way, is 9. I can remember when I was 9, I had difficulty chewing gum. much less playing baseball.
And you have changed in what way?
Come to think of it, yeah, right. I was afraid you'd bring that up.
Well, you left yourself wide open, Barry, and I'm not about the one who's going to pass up a chance for a cheap shot there.
8-3 for the youngsters from Southern Cal.
This, by the way, a 6-inning ball game.
We'll have the championship game for you, too. That'll be taking place tomorrow. Garcia loops one out in the left center field. The left fielder comes over and makes a nice running catch. Very nice play that time by the left fielder. Showed a lot of foot speed as he ran that ball down.
How big was that stolen base, huh?
Yeah, definitely. So 2 runs for Garden Grove in the top of the 3rd. And as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, the youngsters from California out in front by a count of 8-3, not 7, but 8. They scored that 8th run when Obanowski balked as Vaudry was attempting to steal home. Gee, is that the governor of Nebraska? Nope, guess not. I said Nebraska, Minnesota, right?
It's not the body or the brain or the mind or... I love Jesse Owens.
Oh, he's a great showman.
Finally, you have a politician who speaks his mind and doesn't really care about it. Hey, you want to vote for me? This California team is aggressive. They have played very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have. Unlike their professional counterparts, the Angels and the Dodgers. I'm sure there are a lot of people in baseball. I'm talking about people really in baseball in the pros. Just love to see the Dodgers lose after their general manager was bragging about the Dodgers were going to beat the Yankees in the World Series because they'd signed Kevin Brown. Talk about a dumb comment. Looks really dumb now. But it was enough to rile the hackles on some of the teams in the Dodger division, San Diego being one. They lost Brown.
I just didn't understand all the optimism. I didn't like a lot of their moves.
Brandon Walls takes a pitch in for a strike. Well, you look back, there was a story circulating for several days before the trading deadline that they were trying to trade Eric Karros. There's a little check swing and a ground ball. It's a fair ball, and Walls is out.
Good play there.
Yes, it was. First baseman made the play as the ball hugged the foul line. You see it from the center field camera. Walls just tapping it down the line. And watch the ball run parallel to the foul line. See, it's a fair ball. And Walls is tagged out. Here's Tyler Story. He loops one to the second baseman. Quickly 2 up and 2 away.
Let's get back here and get some hands.
Cy Aiken will be the batter. Anyway, Karros has been one of the few Dodgers who's really performed well. Batting close to 300, 25 homers, 30 doubles. But if they were going to trade anyone, I'd figure they'd trade Karros because they've got a history of trading good players and getting almost nothing for it. Pitch down low for a ball.
If Irving gets run ruled, they're better off being run ruled 13-3, not scoring another run. Of course, the unfortunate part for them is that Garden Grove is the visitors' team, so no matter what, they can score as many as they want. If they were the home team, they'd be stopped with a 10-run rule.
It's a base hit in there. So Aiken gets the second base hit for his club as he hits a soft liner to right field. 2 outs, and Garrett Randall comes up. Garrett is the first baseman. We got timeout now as the runner at first base is going to get a pinch runner for him.
Pinch runner is
C.J. Smalley.
C.J. Smalley.
Running at first base, number 32, C.J.
Aiken can come back into the ball game, by the way. So this is a one-shot deal for Smalley.
Davis, a quick throw to first base. There goes the runner down to second base. Good throw, and he is out.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, great throw.
They pitched up, and he's hurt, too. Or is this his pride? Or...
Boy, that's just a great throw.
No, he was out from here to DFW. Look, goodness gracious, they guessed right.
This kid does have a good arm.
He's still not even in your picture yet.
Yeah, right. Watch that throw get down there.
Oh, my goodness.
Wham.
He's out by 8 feet.
So Irving down by a count of 8-3. Tries to have Smalley steal a base, and he is cut down on a pitch out. And we've got ourselves an 8-3 game as we move to the top of the fourth inning.
Just a thought, maybe not a bad strategy. I mean, in a perverted sort of way. If you get run ruled, this team scores 5 runs. Let's just throw a hypothesis at you. Let's say.
Well, before you do that, let's put up a trivia
Okay, that's
question.
good. Yeah.
No, that's okay. And now you hypothesize. This comes up on the screen. Go right ahead.
We'll put the question up. Next trivia question, please. There you go.
Prior to Curt Schilling in 1997 and 98, who's the last Major League pitcher to register back-to-back 300 strikeout seasons? Great power pitcher. As you were hypothesizing.
Well, here's my hypothesis.
Okay.
Let's say it's an 8-3 ball game now. Let's say they score 5 times, making it 13-3.
Mm-hmm.
Would Irving be smart to score any more runs? They get 10-run rule, but they're in the next round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
If they score a run, then Garden Grove can come out back, score more runs, and then get knocked out of the playoffs. Just a thought.
Yeah, yep. Uh-huh. That's one of the things that happens when you have these various combinations of advancing based on giving up runs. It's an unusual situation. Again, we will remind you that should Irving give up 14 or less runs, doesn't matter whether they win or lose, even if they lose, but if they give up 14 or fewer runs, they will advance into the playoffs. They'll have identical records with 2 other clubs, but because they have given up fewer runs, they advance into the playoffs. And that's what Land is talking about. Wouldn't they be better off losing under the 10-run rule and giving up less than the 14, losing, we'll say, 13-3?
Yeah.
Yeah. That would mean that automatically they'd advance into the playoffs. Well, here's a kid who's got a good opportunity to go 3 for 3. He's got a single and a triple. Watches that one outside. This is Ryan Stoops.
Yeah, last time he really laced it, but good. Got a pitch belt high and hit it about as hard as the ball's been hit here tonight.
This is Trent Harris, the new pitcher for Irving, and the pitch is outside for ball, 2-0. So Mr. Obanowski is finished for the night, and Mr. Harris takes over. He, like Obanowski, is also 9 years old. And also, like his predecessor, he's a right-hander, though it looks like he throws a lot harder. That's a little bit off the corner. 3-0 the count. Not much of a breeze tonight. We could use one, I'll tell you. And that pitch on the corner. 3-1. When game time started, the temperature was 97 degrees. Nice to know it was cooling off. That one swung on and fouled back to the screen, 3-2.
Yeah, all fairness, Obanowski didn't exactly get ripped out there.
No, not at all.
He had a couple little Balls had died in on him.
His problem was when anyone got on base, they immediately advanced by stealing.
Didn't hold the runners on. That was his problem. That was a big one.
Yeah, that's kind of tough to do at this age. The 3-2 pitch, way outside ball 4. Stoops is on again. So Stoops, the leadoff man, has done a very nice job. He's got 2 base hits and a walk. He's got on base all 3 plate appearances, and Eric Strain comes up. And let's see if they run on Harris the way they ran on Obanowski. I have a feeling they're going to try.
One would think,
yes, yeah. It's off to the races. Stoops taking a lead off of first. There he goes. Got a nice jump, too. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Steals it.
But a big difference, though. Harris gets rid of the ball so much faster than Obanowski.
Yeah. Right. He got it up quicker. Eric Strain is the batter. Fouls that one back. A ball and a strike.
This is, by the way, the 11th stolen base for Garden Grove in this ball game.
Kind of a historic night, the night that we're doing this broadcast. Guy by the name of Gwynn got his 3,000th base hit. Pitch swung and a miss.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Did it in the first inning against Montreal tonight.
Too bad.
Too bad you didn't see it?
No, too bad it wasn't, probably all of 6,000 people saw it.
Yeah.
Terrible baseball town.
Pitch bounce foul up the first baseline. 1-2 the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Harris turns around to throw to second. The base runner back easily. A line shot by the shortstop.
What a bad break that was. The shortstop was covering second base. Had he been in his normal position, he would have been able to field it. Instead, it's a base hit and RBI. Watch the shortstop, see he's over there, and look at the ball. Right through the hole there.
James Davis, the starting pitcher for his club, has now got a 6-run lead. It's 9-3. You can see he's been busy. 2 base hits, 2 stolen bases. Strain draws the throw at first base and is back. There goes the base runner. There goes the throw. Another stolen base. As Yogi Berra supposedly would say, it's deja vu all over again. They've quoted him with a lot of those classic sayings. I wonder how many of them he really made.
I'm sure at this point the myth of Yogi is much greater than the reality of it.
Exactly.
Of all the endorsements and everything Yogi gets, he probably owes half of them to his buddy Joe Garagiola, who made a media star out of him.
Davis, the batter, with a 1-1 count. Harris on in relief has faced 2 batters, both of whom have gotten on base. It's way outside for a ball.
And by the way, he balked on that too. He did not come to a set position from the stretch. Umpires did not call it.
Fouled out of play. Fellow taking some pictures of the camera, got out of the way.
Garden Grove has a left-hander warming up down in the bullpen. Can't see who it really is there.
Looks like 35, is that 30 or 35? 30. You have the roster.
Yeah, I do have my roster here.
Ryan Stoops. Shortstop can't make the play. Got a little tricky hop there, but should have done it.
Yep, we'll give him the air.
Now here's the young man who can really hit the ball, although last time up he was caught looking. And that would be Pooler.
Pooler got called out on strikes his last time up.
Yep. This kid can hit the long ball. And he's in a desirable situation right now. His team up by 6. Stealing second base is James Davis. So he has gotten on base 3 straight times and stolen second base on all 3 occasions. Pooler waiting to drive one. You know, he really wants to rip one. And the pitch. Ground ball by the third baseman. There's the throw coming through to the plate. And down to second base goes Pooler. So it's a single for Pooler, and he goes to second base on the throw that comes into the plate. And it is a 10-3 ball game. And Antonio Arroyo comes up. He has struck out both times. Probably wondering, what am I doing wrong here? Everyone else is getting on base, and I'm just going back to the dugout. So there are runners at second and third. That one's driven out in the right center field. It is through. Will go back to the wall, and it is a 12-3 ball game as Arroyo rips the double. So Harris really having his problems. See this time, Arroyo driving that ball.
I'll see some of the. I'm hearing some of the players and some of the coaches from around the from the other teams who are in this bracket saying they're all pulling for Garden Grove to score 4 more runs so they can get in.
Yes, I can imagine. Well, Garden Grove, I would say, based on what we've seen so far, has got a very good chance to do it.
Yep, they're a very good team.
Aaron Cruz takes that up high for a ball. Aaron, as yet, has not had an official time at bat. He is sacrificed and he is walked. And he has scored once. Punts that one foul. We're in the top of the 4th inning of a 12-3 ball game. These youngsters from Southern California really showing quite a bit of talent. Cruz watches that one stay outside for a ball. 2-1.
They have blown apart the opposition, haven't they?
Oh, most definitely. Did you say it was 18-1 and 24-0? Are those the scores?
Yep.
Wow. That's up high again. So Harris having his problems. A walk, a single, an error, a single, a double. Time is called. Now time back in. There's a good shot from our center field camera. Got the runner picked off, throw down to third base. And he slides in successfully.
Stolen base.
Third baseman for Irving, Cy Aiken, has really had a lot of problems. He's had a bunch of balls, ground ball get by. Watch what happens on this one. The throw comes in. I can't tell whether it hit the runner or the third baseman. Now that's ball 4 as we come back live. So Cruz with a walk. Would you move back, please?
Now Vaudry, here's the key. Vaudry cannot get on and score for Irving, and they're going to make a pitching change here.
So Harris is finished.
And when you're playing with run differentials, it kind of skews the strategy a bit.
New pitcher will be Charlie Baxter. So Baxter comes in here in the top of the 4th inning, and boy, this has been another tough inning. 12-3 our score.
Irving wants one of these runs to score. They can afford both of them, but they can't score anymore. They can't allow any more. Isn't this bizarre?
Mm-hmm. Baseball card's still pretty a hot deal.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more companies make them now than when I used to make those Topps bubblegum cards and that I used to buy with a terrible, terrible bubblegum.
Did you ever buy Fleers?
Never bought Fleers. That was after my time.
After
I
your
used
time.
to.
Before your time or
That's
after your time?
Donruss there. That's after my time.
After your
Excuse
time,
me. Yeah.
That pink bubble gum.
It seems like when I always got my cards, I'd always wind up with, you'd always want Ted Williams or Stan Musial or, Willie Mays or something. But I'd always wind up with Pumpsy Green or something like that, So Baxter in. We'll see what he's got. He has to keep the next 3 guys off of base.
And down to second base goes the runner. Boy, how many times have we said that one tonight? Cruz steals it. So you got runners at second and third. Still nobody out. This one popped up and going to fall in for a base hit. 1 run in. So Vaudry, a base hit.
So here's the basics here. If Vaudry scores, Irving has to go out and win the game.
Cameron Strong now the batter with runners at first and third. That was a classic example of what they sometimes call a seeing eye single. Vaudry steals second base. Well, what has happened here is California has established the fact that if they get on first base, they will steal second.
Well,
they have done it consistently.
16 stolen bases in this ball game.
And here we are with no one out in the 4th inning. Pitch in for a strike. A ball and a strike. Home plate umpire doing a little job there with the brush, cleaning off home plate. Bounding ball to shortstop, a long throw. Got him. Nice throw, nice stretch. Strong bounces out, but he does drive in another run.
One or two maybe if he should have gone to third base to get that leading run. Because if he scores, Irving can be out of the playoffs probably.
Boy,
Man, that was close.
Yeah, sure was. This is Andy Garcia, little tap, second baseman up with it, throws to first in time for the out. And another run comes in, so Garcia with the RBI.
Not 15-3. That now it goes. Now if Irving doesn't clean it out, then it goes to another tiebreaker situation, and I don't know what that is. So
we go to the top of the order. The youngster who started this inning off by walking up again. That would be Ryan Stoops. Ground ball of the first baseman. Nice stop and makes the play, and the side is retired. So it is 15-3. A 7-run inning by Garden Grove. And if Irving does not score 3 runs in this, that's right, 3 runs in this inning, the ball game's over.
That's
10
right.
run rule.
All right, if you would, please stand with me. Everybody stand.
but remember, it is runs allowed is the first point difference, is the first tiebreaker.
Going to have a new pitcher. Going to have a left-handed pitcher, and this is the youngster that we saw who
Ryan
was warming
Stoops
up.
just grounded out.
So Stoops going to try and close this game out. There's a flag you don't see too often. When California was a republic, shortly after it broke away from Mexico, before the Mexican War, a bunch of people proclaimed themselves an independent country. You see where it says California Republic? And for a short time they were. And this is the flag that they adopted before they subsequently became part of the United States.
Just talking with Jeff Price, the head of the Irving Boys Baseball Association. He says it may be 15 runs. He wasn't sure. So if they get run ruled right now, they don't extend the ball game and score 3 runs, then they might be able to kind of back into the playoffs, at least in tomorrow's action. Let's put it that way. Kind of a cockeyed way of doing it, but
yeah, definitely.
You go with the rules they make up.
That's right. It's what they call the golden rule. Those who have the gold make the rules. There you see our situation, 15-3 after 4.
So Irving would be, better off not scoring 3 runs perhaps and extending the ball game and giving up 16 or more runs.
Let's put up a fan facts for you if we can. Thought this one was kind of interesting, seeing as how Dallas has won the Stanley Cup. You talk about outstanding athletes. How great an athlete is Atlanta's Tom Glavine? He was the 69th player picked in the 1984 National Hockey League draft, selected before Brett Hull. Think he might have been a good hockey player?
I guess.
Yeah. Been a heck of a pitcher.
About to say you still think, though, Glavine made the right move.
Yeah, most definitely. He's still got his teeth. Lance conferring right now with one of the officials for the league to determine exactly where Irving will be if they lose this game by a count of 15-3. So Lance is going to pass that on to us.
Okay, apparently now, if it ends right now, with only 15 runs being scored, they're tied with Connecticut, and then they go to run differential, and they're working on that right now as to who would be the team in the playoffs. So they're busy, I guess, right now working the little pocket calculators to see how it's going to work.
Well, one thing that's not working is for some reason, we're not playing.
Number 34, Garrett Randall.
We do need a player. That's what we do know. Garrett Randall has to come to hit.
And Garrett coming up now. Garrett made that nice fielding play to end the top of the fourth inning. Garrett looks like a hitter. I like the way he swings that bat behind his helmet. Swings and misses, strike one. Garrett spin up once and singled the left field.
Took something off that. He was way in front.
Yep,
Good pitch.
That changeup. Boy, if you can master the changeup, it gives you such a tremendous advantage over hitters. The 0-2 pitch. Got him on 3. Down goes Randall.
Left fielder, number 2, Anthony Sutton.
Anthony Sutton makes his first appearance in the game tonight as a batter. He went in to play left field. Taking R.J. Fry's place. Pitch outside for a ball. We've got a new catcher back there. Pooler is out. Might have had some other substitutions that I haven't picked up.
Why are they walking him?
I have no idea, but that's two.
Why are they walking him?
He swings and misses, strike one.
They're intentionally walking him, and he's intentional. This is and this is how screwy this has made it.
Swung and a miss, strike two.
They perverted the game of baseball is what they've done here. Both sides.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have these kind of rules, unfortunately. 2-2 the count, even though they're trying to walk him. And he swings and misses, strike three. So Sutton down on strikes.
Shortstop, number 24, Michael Angiero.
Michael and how would you pronounce his name?
Angiano?
Angiano. Strike one. I don't know I can understand why Irving wants to strike out.
I don't know why Garden Grove wants to walk him.
Yeah.
I think maybe they don't want Irving to be in the playoffs.
1-1 to count.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Up high, ball two.
I don't know why Garden Grove's doing this. This is bad baseball, folks. There's just no other way around it.
3-1 the count. 2 outs. And the pitch. And that's ball 4. And he was trying to get that pitch in for his strike.
Yeah.
Number 33, Charlie.
So you got a man down at first with 2 outs. Remember the 10-run rule. If Irving does not score 3 runs in this inning, the ball game is over. And this is a new youngster that we have not seen thus far. I did not pick up his number, so I don't know who this is. 17. Okay.
Apparently they're going to pitch
Wilkes.
to him. Good for them now.
Swings and misses, strike one.
Oh, now they're going to walk him? Come on, guys.
Well, you wonder what the situation is. Here's the Irving youngster stealing third base, steals second and third. 2-1 the count. Well, this is a little bit different, I'll tell you that.
This I'm ashamed to watch this, folks. This is sad. This is
2-2 the count.
This is perverting the game of baseball, and I'm very sad to watch this. Both sides.
Strikes him out.
And the ball game's over.
And Irving is delighted because they feel
if he doesn't touch first base, and now the game's over.
Game's over.
That's a sad way to play the game. Both sides, that's embarrassing. It really is.
So Irving loses 15-3, but I have to believe that the way they deliberately wanted to make out this inning, they feel that they will advance into the playoffs.
And I think, and it's very sad the way Garden Grove tried to intentionally walk the players too. That
I don't understand. Yeah.
For both sides. I mean, to be swinging it, what it did is perverted the game of baseball, and that's the trouble when you have run rules and when you have point differentials and stuff like that to break ties. And Irving does advance, we're told, in the playoff system. But, I think at this point I'll just keep my mouth shut, Bob.
Yeah, well.
I'm not happy with this.
Well, they don't establish the rules, but they take advantage of the rules. So Irving loses 15-3, but in giving up, and I'm going to use this word advisedly, only 15 runs, they advance into the playoffs tomorrow.
Yeah.
Any final comments, Lance?
I think I made plenty.
Okay. 15-3, our final score. The youngsters from Southern California showing us this is a very talented team. So Irving will advance into the playoffs tomorrow.
Right, they'll go into the Final Four, and if they win that, then they'll go into the championship game right after that.
And you see the California youngsters walking up. They got to be pretty happy with the victory. They have really shown that they are the class thus far of all the teams that they've played.
And that California team is taunting the people from Irving. I think it's kind of sad, really. But when you have rules like these, and
15-3, the final score for Lance Brown and all the members of our technical crew. This is Bob Barry. Thank you very much for joining us. We wish you a most pleasant good night.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning and the Baylor Medical Center at Irving, an affiliate of the Baylor Healthcare System.